Today I made a really big decision. I'm going out of my personal planner and I've dumped it all out and going back to my field notes because I love my field notes. And that's what I started with to begin with. You can see the difference in sizes. It's not that much of a difference. The reasons I'm moving back are numerous. I have my little shop online that I started with field notes, and I make the pages, these little booklets. And people really like the field notes better. I've only got just a few people that need this. So I can still print these out. It'll have a space at the bottom if they really want this size. But I can concentrate on this size. I'm using some booklets that I had put back that may not be perfect because I'm going to use them up. I don't like to waste anything. So these are the ones I've been using up to this point. I changed into this, I think, last October, this size. So I've been using this size for quite a while now, and I do like it. But these are smaller. They fit in your purse better. You can put the little field notes books in here as well. The ones you buy, you can slip them into your elastic band, so it gives you more options. And I just think the size is better. So I have to copy this. I'm going to finish up, of course, my journal pages in the back. I'm using an electronic journal that I made for my iPad. So I've been copying all this over, just taking pictures of it and putting it in. But because I'll be using the monthly moon planner for this size, it gives you less space, but I'll just use that as a bullet journal. And you have a daily page for everything. Not to mention, I also put it here, and then sometimes I put it also on the calendar page, and then copy the calendar over to my calendar, which is over here. It's just going to be a little bit more me. I broke this. I need to fix that. But I have a lot of these little charms that I like to use, and all of my little markers and everything still just do fine. So this is what my setup will be like. I'll have my front. I usually stick something on here, or I'll keep it clipped here. I have a big clip that I use to mark the day, the calendar of the month. And in the back, sometimes there's a page here that I'll put forward planning things or just notes for the next year. And then I have collections. These are things that I just like, a kind of a running list of things that I want to carry from book to book. And this, of course, is very small, little tiny dots. I don't really like it, but it's good. I'm using up all my old books here. And then here is my bullet journal key and the monthly moon planner for the coming month. Has a calendar, has an index. The index is where I do like a bullet journal thing where I put the days down and things that happen during the month I want to remember, so I can keep a running list. And if I print it, my Evernote will find it. This is where I put like maybe my weight I'm logging, or things like maybe I've got a project I'm working on. I'll use that, or just carry stuff over to my yearly calendar. Then you got your tracker, and they have the dates. And I did not do a good job last time with this. I had really great plans to use it, but I have to be motivated. So sometimes I don't use the tracker at all. A lot of people don't, but it's there if somebody wants to use it. It's good to have it in your everything monthly planner, right? Then I have the moon planner, which this didn't get printed exactly right. Like I said, I was hurrying to make me one so I could use it. Anyway, this is I go from the new moon to the full moon and around because I like to do the rest here. And that's from several different sites. So I made my own, drew my own off, and of course my moon is usually straight. That's where we stop it. And then I'll write down projects I'm working on and things I want to plant, because we want to plant by the moon, using the Farmer's Almanac, I use that. And I've got the Foxfire books, which is kind of cool. We dig a hole, and if different kinds of moon times, you have dirt left over from your hole. It's just weird. It's the pull of moon on tides, right? And this is the next through August 18th. So it works like the moon. And this gives you some idea of what each of those sections you can do as far as your planning goes. Like if you're going to have a really bad time here in your work, you know, you might want to rest here or something. Then, this is my favorite part, is having a weekly view. I prefer this because I have a special little place here I can put menus, Fly Lady, whatever. And it starts, see, in the end of June and just keeps running through the end of the month. Excuse my husband working downstairs on my new laundry room. He's sawing. I don't know if you can hear it. So anyway, we go to August here, 1 and 2. So when we come back to the next month, that'll also be starting the 3rd and go through. Each page is dated, and I like the numbers because I can go back to this little index here, put my numbers of the pages if I want to go back and look. I do keep all my books in a shoebox. These are great because they're smaller, and it goes all the way to the end of the month. And sometimes we'll have extra pages here. It all depends on how this ends. I have 2. I like this too. This is kind of like a check register, but since we use checking accounts and debit cards now instead of using checks, you can, oops, excuse me, I got to get that message out of the way. You can come up here and see that you can put your debit card dates and all that, and just keep up with your spending. And only 1 page because that's about all you need. And this is good if you have a business or running business because you can keep up with the things that you bought. It's like a tax code here, and everything's here, and you just copy it over at the end of the month to a spreadsheet. And last but not least, we have a couple of extra pages, and that's good to have as well. Here is just some pockets. I also have these in my shop, occasionally. I like this. I keep a little bit extra cash in here, and this is I'm going to show you my budget, but I just write it in here because I have 12 of these in a month. You can start it any time you want, and I have 12 in here, so you can write down all your bills and keep up with it. And on this side, I write down sometimes income, Verizon bills, split up, State Farm insurance, how much we paid for each thing, different things that we might have paid that were like big purchases, so I won't forget. And at the end of this, there's also a place you can put accounts and stuff, have a few little extra pages. And last but not least, pockets back here to keep all of the things. This is colors for the bathroom. We're about to start it, and I want to make sure I get the right color. Green. I have a green bathtub of all things, avocado green, because this is an old house. And then a few little extra tidbits, and I love my Rocket notebook. I'm using those now, erasable with the friction pens. I've got a tiny one. I got executive size, which is great for sticking in your bag. And then I got the big one, letter size, which I don't use as much, and a pen loop. So that's my setup, and it's going to be that way probably forever now. I'm tired of swapping back and forth. Swapping is not good. We should always try to stay consistent, but planner people change a lot. And so I'm not going to say that I'm going to stay in this size forever, but this is the size I'm going to have in my store, my Etsy shop, and on my website. So if you come there and you really want to have one of these sizes, the bigger sizes, the personal size, I'll make you one. It's just going to have space at the bottom here. Well, it'll be this size with space, so it'll fit in your planner. But these also can be stuck into a regular size planner, I found out. I used my little financial booklet the last few months, just put into my larger size. It just stuck right back here, just like that one. And sometimes I even put a clip on this to keep it private, But that stayed right here. It just wasn't quite as big. So there you have it, a quick 10-minute rundown on Middle Earth wear Field Notes edition for July. So I hope you have a great rest of this month and into July and the rest of the year. Stay safe, everybody.